What's up, it's Will. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below so you don't miss another episode of the Wilk Edition. Yes, that subscribe button right there. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss another episode. Hey, back with another episode. Appreciate you for tuning into the Wilk Edition. If you're new to this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button if you like the content that I'm putting out, and hit that bell button so you know every time I'm live and every time I'm uploading content. So let's unpack what we just got finished seeing. If you haven't seen, you can check out my video. I got it on my playlist. We're gonna unpack the new season trailer for the House of the Dragon. I've been waiting months for this, and it's great to unpack. I know just as far as following, as being a fan and following the news, the writers and the directors, they said that we would have more dragons, more action, and from this trailer, that's exactly what we got. So we're gonna break it down right here, okay? So,
You now have the power no man has ever wielded.
so we're gonna just stop it right there. So right here we have Cyrex and we have Queen Rhaenyra. So and it just that's your own take. I'm with the Targaryen side. So because I feel like as far as them being fire and blood, I feel like in real life that's what I am. I am fire and blood. So that's the side that I'm on. I'm on Team Black. So we don't really get too many things as far as seeing Rhaenyra, here and there riding on her dragon, but hey, this is her right here on Cyrex. So this is perfect as far as a great steal, a great shot of her just riding on her dragon, being a dragon rider, being fierce. Cyrex is really an extension of herself. She made that bond with him real early, well, with her real early. Cyrex is a female, and so yeah, it was real cool to see that. All right, so we got Rhaenyra walking through a tunnel or something. I don't know what she is, but she's having a conversation with Damon right here, and he's talking about their children ruling after her. So this whole debacle, this whole thing is about who's going to sit on the Iron Throne and who's going to inherit the kingdom. So it's all about bloodlines, you know, he say, she say, basically. Technically, in tradition, the firstborn son usually is the one who inherits. King Viserys, which is Rhaenyra's and Aegon's father, he was the king. When he died, he said that Rhaenyra would succeed him. He didn't know that other people around him in his circle were planning and plotting to overthrow her and put Aegon on there because he the firstborn son. He's supposed to be up there. So if you're going by that logic, yes. But if the king has appointed someone else to do that and other people swore obeisance to that, then you should honor your oaths. Loyalty goes a long way, honor and stuff like that. Some people don't have it, some people do. But so this is what this conversation is. They're talking about, hey, our children are going to be the ones that's going to rule. All right, so hey, this is another still great shot right here of Queen Rhaenyra and the heir to the Iron Throne, Prince uh, Jace uh, Valerian. And when they sit the Iron Throne, then they'll be called Targaryens. But okay, so and this is her oldest son. All right, so remember in the earlier season, Lucerys Valerian, the young one of her younger sons, he got killed by his uncle and his dragon Vagar. So this is her firstborn son, heir to the Iron Throne. Great still shot. Um, Usually before he does things or go and does things or want to do things, he has to go to his mom, the queen, for permission to be able to go do that. She already lost a son already, so she's real protective of him. He wants to be like, hey mom, I can show you that I can do this. I'm ready to lead, I'm ready to do this, I'm ready to do that. He has all the traits that you would want in a, heir, future king type deal. So this is a great still shot of them having their conversation. Uh, this dragon right here, I've been trying to see who I think this is, but it could be the dragon's green, so it could be Vagar, depending on the size. Um, but you can hardly tell. All right, so this is another still shot of Daemon. You peep the braid. All right, the great Targaryen braids. As far as when you win or win a war, they get braids. And it looks like he's talking to the sea snake, Corlys Velaryon. He says, for you to decide what you want from this war. Cause so he's telling Damon basically, hey, what do you want out of this? Are you trying to do glory? You trying to help Rhaenyra ascend? Why are you doing what you're doing? And you need to decide what you want from this war. And whatever you want, you need to dive all the way in. All right. And if it's to help Rhaenyra, then you have to do what's necessary to help her. All right. So I don't know. I feel like this is still Dragonstone. I don't think they quite made it to the red to King's Landing just yet. Um, and it's the same thing for Rhaenyra. You can ask her the same question. It's for you to decide what you want from this war. Do you want to really be queen of everybody? Do you want revenge? What do you want? So it's gonna be eager to see. All right, so this look like Allison. I don't know where she's going, but this is a good still shot of Allison Hightower. Uh, she was like Queen Regent. But like I said, once her husband died, the king, then and she felt like she still needed some of that power. Her sons didn't really let her have any of that power. They really took any type of power that she had away from her. So, but yeah, that's Allison Hightower right there. Look like she's walking through looks like a cave or something. I don't know exactly what she's walking through, but it looks like it's a cave. All right. So this is an important still shot right here because it's a skull on fire. I don't know whose skull that is. I kind of eager to see. Kind of got my theories, but I don't want to do any spoiling or anything like that with a theory. But I kind of got a clue of who that is, so I'm kind of eager to see of whose skull is on fire. All right, so here we had the Hightower army. The Hightower host is there. And they're led by Ormond Hightower. Uh, so it's our getting our first glimpse of the Hightower army that been traveling, and I believe Aegon and Rhaenyra's younger brother Daeron is there as well. We should be able to get some still shots of him as well. All right, so that's another still shot of Ormond Hightower. You know, everyone isn't really fond of the Targaryens because of how they operate and what they do as far as making sure bloodlines stay pure and dragons and someone go mad and just a whole bunch of mess because this whole debacle is a fight over their thing and they're dragging everyone else in. But Ormond is a Hightower and they're more of the faith, more religion, so they don't really have the same views as the Targaryens. So the Targaryens are a savage race. A lot of people feel that way in the Seven Kingdoms. All right, so this is another still shot right here. It looks like let's see, I can't really see any banners. That might, oh, actually, I can. If you can kind of look a little bit, you can kind of see it's a fish out there. So that's like more of the Riverlands, and then we have a dragon at the middle, and that looks like the bloodworm, which is Damon's dragon. So this is a good still shot. Got the dragon sitting in the middle, army surrounding them, uh, which is pretty interesting. All right, yep. So like I stand, here goes Damon in his natural look when he's at war, fighting, blood covering him, his hair down, and you got the dragon at his back. which is great still shot. You got his armor on, and he's look like he's in battle. Oh, we gotta go back and talk about that one. So it looks like this is Ormond Hightower, and it looks like he's speaking to his entourage or whoever he's with. So you see, we act with the holy purpose. So that's a direct conflict as far as with the Targaryens, because they're more of a war, blood, and fire. They're not really as far as with the holy, as far as the high towers and other houses in Westeros. So that's a good still shot of him talking right there. All right, to restore the rightful king. So, like I said, the high towers are on the green side, so they are in favor of Aegon sitting on the Iron Throne. So that's what they're talking about as far as restoring him. As you can see in the previous season, Aegon got burned by his brother, and this is the results. They didn't know if he was going to make it. He ended up making it, and then as you can see the results, he's burned. Uh, his whole side of his body, left side of his body, is burned. Uh, and then his brother Aemon was trying to kill him, so he took tail. Him and Larry Strong, and they got on through. All right. So once they got on through, you know, now he didn't got time to get his strength up and stuff like that. So now it looked like he might want some revenge, as far as his brother. Let's see. It's a good still shot of Aegon. All right. So here we go. If you this still shot, this is the throne. This is the throne room. Got your pillars, and then you have the Iron Throne, and it looks like Aemon is sitting on the Iron Throne because, technically speaking, if his sister is in there and the brother is in there, okay, so he's sitting there right now, acting as if he's the ruling power in King's Landing, which currently he is because he's sitting on the throne. They got the Conqueror's sword. This is Aemon Targaryen right here. Uh, famous patch. His eye got cut in the earlier seasons for season 1 of House of the Dragon when he was a kid. And, like I said, it's a pretty badass look. Sitting on the throne, got the Targaryen symbol. Uh, you know, Conqueror's sword in hand. That's the Aegon, the Conqueror's sword. So, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool still shot that they got right there. And him sitting on the Thousand Swords. So right here, I don't know. There might be Larry Strong that he's talking to. Can't really tell from the back because I know Larry has facial hair, so he might have cut it off to hide his identity. But as you can see, I'm going to kill my brother or die in the attempt. So Aegon is wanting revenge towards his brother for what his brother did to him and what his brother is trying to do. So it looks like he's not even focused on his sister right now. He just want to get back at his brother. And when situations like this, especially with these families, someone's gonna die. No one's gonna be able to coexist. So, as you can see from this still shot with Aegon, uh, he wants to kill his brother. All right, hold on, we got another still. All right, so this looks like I'm gonna go with Ormond Hightower pulling his sword, and I'm gonna only say that because he has green uh in his armor, and that's the kind of armor that he was wearing. So we can just go with that one. All right, so let's see what we got right here. We got some high towers. Look like they're celebrating something. All right, it's another clean still shot. All right, so Aemon is in battle armor. He has the dagger, has the sword, has his armor on, no helm, hair down, and no eye patch. All right, no eye patch. He mean business. He more than likely probably pissed, and he looks like he's ready to get going. Draw your sword. All right. So he's looking for a fight, and whoever he's meeting, he's like, "Hey, we about to get down. So draw your sword, or it's gonna get a little ugly." All right. So here we have Sir Christian Cole, and it looks like he's stabbing something with his sword. It's just the commander of the King's Guard. Uh, and he's the hand of the king now, appointed by Aegon. So he never left. He works with Aemon as well as far as game planning, or planning things without his brother's approval, or coming up with schemes, or But like I said, he's the hand. This is a pretty neat little still shot of Sir Christian Cole. All right, so something's on fire. I think it's that skull again. Something's on fire, and we got Rhaenyra with a still shot as far as looking at the fire. All right, so this is a different look at Sir Christian Cole. So if you look at this still, he looks all fucked up in the head. He looked like, what the hell did I get myself into? And just the origins of him, Nick said he didn't come for nothing. He kind of worked his way up and was able to get appointed, win some tourneys. He was, got put on the King's Guard, or the protector for the Queen and Rhaenyra and stuff like that. So he's worked his way up, but now he realized, what the hell did I get myself into? All right, he definitely feeling like that right now. All right, doom and ruin surrounds us all. So he saw firsthand what dragons look like in battle, firsthand, up close. People skin melting off their bones, and dust and ash left, and everything burned. So he's like, there's nothing we can do. We got doom and ruin like surrounds us. Everywhere we look, it's going to be something. It's going to be dangerous. So he's probably regretting everything that he's done to get himself to this point. If he want to go back, he can. So he's being real honest right here, as far as saying doom and ruin surrounds us. All right. So this looks like, this is Vhagar, all right, and it looks like he's arriving at Harrenhal, and he looks pissed. He does not look happy at all. So this is another dragon scene that we have, as far as the producer said that we would have more dragons, more action. So this works perfectly with the timeline that they gave us. All right. So it looks like Aemon has arrived at Harrenhal. In this still, you have Vhagar. It looks like he's about to blow fire, because you see the red with a fire around his mouth. And then if you look at the very, very top, you can see a rider, and his rider is Aemon. So we can all assume that that's Aemon making his arrival at Harrenhal. All right. Oh, hold up. That's another great still that we got. All right, so now this is another great still right here. Uh, the Starks have arrived. You remember in the earlier seasons that Cregan Stark said, "Hey, we got 2,000 graybeards that'll fight hard, fight tough, and fight for the Queen." So, and then you can see up here that is a House Stark sigil. So yeah, the Starks are here, and they're ready for battle. They're coming in with their drums, and they're coming loud. Now, this is Queen Alicent's brother, and he looks terrified. All right, this is I think his name is Wayne Hightower, but he's a Hightower, and he looks like he need to go to bed. He don't look like he want to be here anymore. He don't want no more smoke. He don't want to fight nobody. He want to go home, lay in his bed. That's what I got from that face right there, and his men. But it looks like they all walking through the mud or something, or I don't know where they're going. All right, here you go, another House Stark scene. Sigil, House Stark on the lion. Oh, with the dire wolf on the shield. And like I said, the Starks are here, so they will be featured in House of the Dragon season 3. All right, so here's Rhaenyra walking, and I quite don't know where she is. I'm trying to look at the corridor. She may be at the walking through the Red Keep. I don't know where she's walking, but she's walking with purpose. And she don't have no crown or nothing on, so I don't know if she's like been crowned queen yet. All right, all right. So here's another still shot of the Iron Throne. Magnificent. You got all your swords look melted, and got your banners in the back for House Targaryen. Uh, it's pretty solid. Okay. So all right, here's go another still shot. We got the queen, some of the guards, some other nobles, and then to her left is Queen Helena. All right, Helena is the sister to Aegon, Aemon, Rhaenyra. They all have the same father. But like I said, they all brothers and sisters, so that's a good still shot of the queen. She's the current queen, if Aegon is technically king. All right. So here go another still shot. Looks like Aemon already has been in a battle. He has some blood on his blade, and he's just creeping about. Like I said, he has the Conqueror sword, got his armor. So this is a good still shot. I don't quite know where he is, but looking at these rocks that's in this back corner over here, I'm gonna assume that he's at Harrenhal. He had to be at Harrenhal, cause why else would he be fighting at King's Landing? If you know what I'm saying, like it just makes sense. All right, so we got another high tower sighting. Like I said, you can see the high towers. They have this fire at the top with a tower, and it's like a green lantern, and then green is their color. So we got a high tower sighting. All right, so it looks like uh, and it kind of can see maybe somebody's up here riding. I don't think dragons just ride around just blowing fire unless they're towed. But so it looks like he's laying waste to Harrenhal, cause it's like a broken up castle. So Aemon is at Harrenhal. This is a good another dragon scene, and you can see him blowing out a bunch of fire. All right. So and that's Vhagar. All right. This is the largest dragon right now. Real old. You can see holes all in this. I wouldn't say a sail, but in this dragon wing. All right. Got another still shot of Daemon. I don't want to say Daemon looks scared because I just from knowing the character, I know he's not scared, but this is a really good still shot because you can kind of see him like he has a warrior's face and like his awareness is up, but and then if you look, his face is kind of lit up, so I don't know if he sees something blowing fire or what, but it looks like that's what that still shot is right there. So yeah, another picture of Damon covered in blood. Like that's what he gonna be for the majority of this season. All right, all right. So here's another look. So I think Damon is at the red. He's at King's Landing. All right, because this is the courtyard, and he's fighting the Greens guards. All right. So these are the Green soldiers, and this is Damon, and he's a really good swordsman. So he's taking on two or three of them. This is one, two, three. Somebody's already down. Uh, what made me say this is the Red Keep, or at least yeah, this is the Red Keep at least is because this is that's that courtyard. Remember these columns, and then up here I want to say Rhaenyra and Rhaenys was up here walking from season one from my memory. All right, so we got Damon fighting right here, obviously winning. All right, so this is another important still shot of Queen Rhaenyra. Uh, look like she's distraught, crying, and here's a skull in front of her, and it looked like it's been burned. You can kind of see the burn, some of the skin and stuff still on there. So she's distraught. She's crying. Uh, so whoever this skull is means a lot to her. So you can have your theories, you can have your thoughts. I won't say who I think it is until I finish watching, but you know, I'm pretty sure if you read the books, you might know. I haven't finished all the books, but this is an important still shot because we had the queen crying in distraught with a skull set in front of her. All right, so this right here is Adam Hall. He's with the Valarians. You can see the seahorse right here, and just a lot of emotion in this. This is the I think this is the Battle of the Gullet, and he slashed somebody. So it's a lot of emotion in this scene. But then that's Adam. All right, we got Christian Cole. And then I want to talk about this scene. So this is Queen Helena, and she's screaming, of course, and it looks like she's laying down, possibly giving birth. All right, because her and Aegon did end up having another son, I believe, and I believe they had Maegor. So this looks like she might be giving birth because she's not really a warrior. So I doubt she'd do any fighting, but this looks like maybe she's giving birth or something. All right. So now we got another Scylla Orman screaming, because by this point, everybody's in war, so everybody's minds are all over the place. All right, all over the place, and it's a lot of emotions going on right now, as you can see. People screaming. We got Vhagar still burning up everything. Got another dragon scene to where he's just setting everything ablaze. So this is a good still shot right here of Vhagar setting something on fire. All right, so now they say who the gods have chosen to rule. So they're like, hey, we're gonna just throw everything in. We're gonna go all out, and we have Rhaenyra holding the crown. So if you look, she's in the throne room, because you look back here, you get the big window. So I'm assuming she's in the throne room and she's about to be crowned and she's about to sit the Iron Throne. All right, so this is like finally, through all this triumph, death, all this crazy stuff, I still accomplished the goal that I wanted to accomplish. All right, so like I said, that's a great still shot of her, and a great way to win. Yes, and like I said, I've been waiting for weeks for this trailer. Super excited. Glad we were able to unpack that. House of the Dragon season 3 airs June 21st on HBO Max. So make sure if you got HBO Max, or know somebody who got HBO Max, try to see if you can get that, and you know, and just tune in. If you haven't seen the previous seasons, I'd highly advise it. If you haven't seen Game of Thrones or Night of the Seven Kingdoms, I highly advise that, because all of these shows and movies are all connected in some way, shape, or form, or some type of foreshadowing, or a flashback, or present. So, if you want to stay up to date and, stay in the loop, uh, yeah, season 3 is June 21st. But hey, thank you guys for unpacking the new House of the Dragon uh, season trailer. Like I said, comes out June 21st. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that bell button so you know every time I'm going live or uploading any content. I'm going to really be unpacking this. I'm currently reading the Game of Thrones book. Getting through it. It's real detailed, and that's what I like about it. I'll give some thoughts on that as far as my progress in completing all the books. I have them all, and I want to read them all so I can get a better understanding from book and show, get the details that I need. But yeah, thank you guys for stopping by the channel, and I'll see you in the next episode.